Hello, beautiful people. Today is Sunday, August 2nd, 2026. I am a car vlogger right now because it's the only space where I can find some solitude. And I was going to film this off top, but I did script this, although I'm not editing this because, like I said, I'm trying to stay consistent with just uploading. And I wrote everything out in the notes in my computer because my computer was dead, so then I had to charge it. I couldn't get Wi-Fi, so I was like, okay, let me just write down everything. So I will read this. It's not in any order, though. I didn't edit what I wanted to say. It's just like a journal entry, basically. But, okay. Anyway, welcome. Story time with no point. Just kidding. Today is August 2nd, 2026. I am thankful because my grandma is alive. I am thankful because I am alive. I am thankful that we are healthy, and I am thankful that I can make this video. Yes, every day I'm thankful that my grandma's alive. That's like one thing I thank God for every single day, and I thank God that I'm alive as well, and that we are healthy. Or as every single day as much as I can. But I'm pretty sure. I'm also thankful that I'm physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy and able to, actually make videos. Because the mental onslaught of mental health can be an issue, and emotional drain can be a thing, and also, like, if you're dealing with heavy things in your life, and then just physical exhaustion as well can be like a deterrent for making these videos. So I'm very thankful that I'm healthy, and I'm thankful that I can make this video also. Well, yesterday I filmed and posted an unscripted, impromptu, spontaneous video, and rather than wait for myself to get better and better and improve before continuing, I am going to continue in order to get better and better and improve. And I'm going to just try for 1 month, me saying that like online, but maybe nobody's watching. So I'm going to try this for 1 month just to be consistent in posting a YouTube video every single day for the month of August, a long form talking video. I'm only doing this because I want to build some traction and momentum with creating and sharing and using my voice and hearing it. And just practice being heard and seen in the imperfection and the in-between or the not yet. But really, it is the present. And so I don't want to say it's the in-between or the not yet, because the present moment is all that we currently have and are in anyway. So because because the present moment is all that we currently have. Okay, additionally, it was just serendipitous that it happens to be the first day of the month of August, or shall I say divine, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was like God giving me that inspiration, because I love to do things on the first day of the month and first of the week or whatever. But it just happened to be on the first day of the month of August yesterday. So and if these videos can't be planned and edited and intentional with all of my content and what I'm sharing and speaking, like I'm not scripting like messages, like today, yes, I'm reading, but it's just like kind of a journal, and they're not edited. At least I can be like, I'm starting on the first day of the month, so I'm able to keep track of my consistency in that way, and my faithfulness in a sense in that way. So today was a difficult day. It was one of the most difficult yet, as it seems to happen, but this happens it's like I've learned now I'm going off script, but I learned from the past few months since January, and also since last year and the year before, and just like how circumstances can change so quickly if you have a sick person in your family, or an elderly person in your family, or whatever unexpected, or just anything in your life, honestly. I've just gone through this has been the uncertainty has been certain. The one consistent thing has been I guess inconsistency or whatever. So yes, so like I said, I am now, it was difficult, but yeah, I am now confidently sure, and I actually have been for a while, that God is using this suffering season to better equip and train me, because, like, how I'm keeping a positive mindset and mentality is beyond me. It is with God's help and the knowledge that He's in control and allowing these things to happen that I witness and experience, and also that even within the suffering, His grace is here and present and is what is sustaining me. Like, I have the privilege and ability, I genuinely, truly mean that, to be able to speak about things. Yeah, although I kind of vaguely only allude to situations in my life and whatnot. And as I'm reading it, and whenever I speak about the suffering, I kind of detach emotionally. So, like, it just doesn't seem real. But I genuinely had been going through it, man. And today was a crazy day. But anyway, there is a psalm that says, like a weaned child, I don't concern myself with things too lofty for me to understand. It's like a psalm that says, like, I do not concern myself with things too lofty for me to understand, too high. I don't try to understand things that are beyond me. Instead, like a weaned child, I have quieted my soul, and I am like being comforted and quieted like a weaned child with its nursing, like its mother. And that, like, was a psalm that So yeah, instead I'm like a weaned child with his mother, yes. And yeah, that image was so beautiful and comforting and precious and pure to me that it just, like, struck me so strongly when I read it, like, I don't know, last couple, either in January or last year or the last few years, I don't know. But I think, like, that was pretty recent where I read that one, maybe last fall or something. It struck me because I've always been trying to, like, understand everything ever since I was a child. I mean, obviously we can't, but, like, different, like, I always wanted to know why this happens and how this works and, all of these things. But I love that, just, like, that I'm not going to try to concern myself with things that I can't understand. Instead, I'm going to, be comforted like a baby, like a baby with its, like, nursing mother, and so... it struck me so strongly, and it's a psalm that comes after all these other psalms that I had been continually praying throughout this past year and for, like, the past few years. Like I said, I have a lot of videos filmed from, like, 2023 when I when I first started, like, this journey, this current, like, this journey that I'm on now. And I mean, it always changes, but I will say this kind of place that I'm at right now, of trying to start something creative on your own. Anyway, and with kind of as a with the family, like, with the aging process, and that being a catalyst to that as well. Like, yeah, so all these kind of they connect. One day I'll maybe explain everything, but I don't want to right now because it's just too much. But anyway, yes, so it's a psalm about, like, just like being like a child, like being like a baby, just comforted, by God's love or whatever, not trying to understand everything. That comes after all these psalms that I have been praying, continually, that were, like, prayers of like calling out, God, will you help me answer my prayers? How long will you ignore my prayers? Or how long will you not answer me in my distress? And also there are some hopeful psalms as well that are like, I sought the Lord, and He heard, and He answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Like, this poor person, me, was crying, and You heard me and delivered me. And that's also within that, like, grouping, I believe. Anyway, and another one, it's going off top, but another one is, like, this psalm that's really, really, really personal to me, because the Lord, like, gave that to me in 2020. And it says, now this is talking about the people, the Israelites, and when the Lord restored the fortunes that they had, basically because they were in captivity and they were like prisoners or whatever from other foreign nations or whatever. When the Lord restored our fortunes, we were like those who dreamed. And another version says, when the Lord returned the captives, we were like those who dreamed. And I was like, that I'll go into that one day maybe, about how meaningful it was to me. But like, it was meaningful for the dream part, but now it's like so meaningful for the captivity and the and the like restoration, yearning and longing. And then that psalm ends in like, though one goes along carrying seed, weeping, sowing seed and weeping, he will surely reap with sheaves of joy. Like if you're praying in tears and crying out to God, and you're like basically planting your seeds of tears and prayers, then it says like those will not go void, but they will you will return one day laughing and with joy, with like fruit from all of that. So that's like another verse that is within those that precursor that go before that baby verse. But anyway, and so I just wanted to say that I loved all of those and they're all meaningful, and I'm so sorry it went off topic. But anyway, I will continue, and I hope this is entertaining. I mean, I don't know, because or not, it's just my own journal. But yes, but I also want some things to be entertaining if I'm going to make a YouTube eventually, like YouTube with content. So this is practice. Welcome to the practice, people. Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so oh yes, okay, so those psalms were asking for God's vindication, right? And questioning, like the ones before that, questioning, where he is in the midst of pain and crying out to him. And those psalms comfort me because they're so relatable, like when you're like wondering where God's at, and like he seems quiet in times, or like he doesn't deliver you out of a situation, or yeah, like, when you're in mental torment or whatever, if you have like illness or disease and you're not like receiving healing, and you're like, where is God, basically? They're so relatable and like I love that God put those in there, because he's like, these are situations that you're going to go through for our character building. Now, I mean, and I don't know, we don't always know the full reasons for everything, but anyway, at least on this side of life. But anyway, those are relatable. But yes, and then some of those psalms, yes, that I take home and talk about the sowing and the sowing seed, weeping and returning with joy. So I do love those. But the other night, now going back to the point, the other night, this is why we'll have videos that are edited. Okay, now. Oh gosh, where did I lost? Oh yes. Okay, the other night I had a pulsating migraine, and it was one of those migraines where all you can do is throw up and lie in bed. I used to get really, really, really bad migraines. Anyone who has migraines knows, like, a lot of like women or people who have migraines take pills, and sometimes they take them like every day because they're literally debilitating. Like, it's debilitating. You cannot do anything because it's so extremely painful. You just have to turn off all the lights and throw up. For me, I throw up and it makes me feel better, but some people just turn off all the lights and go to sleep, or but you take medicine basically. But thank God, like, he kind of healed me from my migraines. So like, and also the situations that were causing the migraines like left. I don't know if I mentioned this in the other video because I haven't rewatched what I said in the other video, but anyway, it's like job related, but so yeah, I didn't want to use my migraine medication that day, and I had them, so I just laid in bed for hours like that night or whatever, and it was induced. Okay, the migraine was not induced, like, but like it manifested basically in my body because I was stressed about my grandma's well-being the day before. And I know God's word says not to worry, and that is very comforting, because then it like relieves some stress. It's like, okay, God told me not to worry, so I'm gonna like let it in his hands. But at the same time, like it can be hard not to worry, right? And like I'm like, I am thankful that God says don't worry, because because he cares about everything, cast your cares upon him because he cares for you. And, don't be anxious about anything, but but share everything to God, and journal it out, or release it in some way, because it is like a substantial thing that needs to be dealt with. But it can, at times it can feel neglectful and uncaring, you know what I mean, and cold, not to think of her well-being, it's very difficult. So I'm trying to I try to reconcile, or I try to kind of basically not worry and trust the Lord God, and not be ruled by, it's not guilt, it's real concern for someone's well-being, you know what I mean? Because it can feel neglectful and uncaring to just not think, so that could be a guilt thing, but genuinely it could just be hard not to worry. Right? So anyway, I had a migraine or whatever, but in this case, it was so intense, it was so deep, horrific, excruciating pain. I know I sound so dramatic, and I'm I almost speak, I've said this before, hyperbolically, but no, I genuinely, I just, as a highly sensitive person, not to be so annoying, but really, as it's just on a scientific reality situation, it's just so excruciating. So it was so painful, my brain was on fire, or my brain was gonna burst out of my head, my skull. So on top of that, and on top of that, my brain my amygdala, where all your stress is, because besides the migraine, all the stress in the amygdala was freaking going crazy. So that was hurting too. And typically when I get my migraines, they're up here or here, but I was also this was not a migraine, this was just stress pain. It was my body was releasing cortisol or whatever. I don't know. Was releasing signals to just, I don't know, out of the stress. So, gosh, I hope my videos are not stressful. I want to be a non-anxious presence, okay? Shout out to John Mark Comer. That writer is fantastic. I will say, the reason why I love my grandma so much is she was the non-anxious presence for me in my life. Growing up in my, I think my parents were kind of fearful or stressed or anxious and stuff, and so she was so calming, and there's a scientific study about that, of how grandparents are emotionally regulating for their grandchildren, because they're not so worried as parents are, but anyway, I don't want to be an anxious presence, so sorry if it's coming through in the videos, but it's good. They're gonna get better, maybe, or they're just gonna devolve into craziness. Just kidding. But anyway, they will not, in Jesus' name. But anyway, yeah, so I was in a lot of pain, but yeah, so I wasn't so much pain that I was okay, God, whatever you want, basically. I was I don't want to think, I don't want to know why this is happening to her, to me, what I can do to change it, if I can ever change it, how will I do it, me working, trying to go crazy on the business, I was just like a weaned child, I am going to be comforted. Okay, and then last night, and God literally, it lasted for hours, but I slept it off. But yeah, then last night, or this morning, when I was reading the Bible, one of those, the verse that I read, one of the verses, was in the last chapter of Isaiah 66, I believe. I believe it was the last chapter of Isaiah, that's what I was going to say. But, and the verse was a parallel message to that psalm that had been brought to my mind that night in the pain. It said something I will comfort you as God talking to his people, I will, after all of the captivity, after all of this and that, because I think I don't know if it's referencing that Isaiah is referencing, that psalm was referencing that, what's happening happening in Isaiah. But like, you know, he says basically like, also everything's, I don't know, anyway, it's like God's promises, like for the future as well. But like, it said something like, I will comfort you as your mother, as a mother comforts her child, so I will comfort you, or whatever, like as a nursing mother comforts her child, something like that. I could read these, but like I said, I'm not going to. And so like, it was just so comforting to read that last night or this morning, because I was like, that was the verse I was holding on to in Psalms, in the book of Psalms. Like, you know, one of the Psalms that said that, and then that same kind of image or picture was said in Isaiah. And you know, I have so many stories of God like reaffirming his word to me like that. Like he'll teach me a message, and then, you know, I'll hear like, or he'll teach me something as I'm reading, or I heard something, like I learned a message at church, or just like reading, or whatever, a video even. And like, and then I will read something again, or hear another message, or, you know, or watch another thing or whatever, and someone will tell me something or whatever, and like God will confirm. He basically just affirms and confirms like what he's been telling me, and I love that. Like, he just repeats to me over and over and over these concepts that he wants me to learn. And I know he does that with a lot of people, or like probably everybody, but it just feels so meaningful, you know, when you're like, oh my gosh, like it still like never gets old. You know, even though it happens so frequently, like it never gets old. You know, and I wish over the past 2 years or past months that I had recorded all that God had spoken to me, because like, just like through the past years, and especially the past few years, like he would say something and then reaffirm, and I just like, if I had recorded everything, like it's crazy. But you know, I have some in my memory. But yeah, like anyway, it's just it would be so great to look back upon. And so perhaps as I do these daily vlogs, I will record in real time, you know, the messages, principles, or whatever that like he's speaking to me, I believe, and like that he's teaching me, and like I'll have a little log of them for myself, and then one day I can, maybe, perhaps, if I have the energy and desire, I can do like a like expansive, like more expanded studies on them or something, and like actually reference the verses that I'm like referencing, you know what I mean, like actually read them, and list them and stuff, or just like make digestible content that's like coherent and concise, succinct, you know, so people can understand, rather than me just like kind of spewing at random what I'm learning, all of these like disparate events, and then the ideas and things that I'm learning. But anyway, I don't particularly want my channel to be a Christian channel, quote unquote, like, because I'm not trying to be a Christian content creator. I want to be an artist and a creative, but it's just like, I don't want to be preachy in a way, and like fundamentalist or whatever. It's just, this is my life. So I'm just like, excuse me. So I'm just sharing. But, yeah, anyway, cause like, I just want to be, like just talking about art and creativity and like, and all of that. It just happens to be that this is my season in life, and this is what's going on in my life. And I could also talk about like the, things that I agree with and don't agree with, or I don't know, or things that I'm learning and had to learn, I don't know. But anyway, this is like a video of me, okay, yeah, obviously, recommitting each day to this long form video content, okay, consistency building as an act of trusting myself and my voice, you know, I mean that, like, you know, just being heard and continuing, because there's some, like, people that were like, don't trust yourself, there's, like, a guy, Johnny Chang and stuff, and, I mean, he has great content or whatever on YouTube, but he's, like, his really big thing is, like, don't trust yourself, trust God, but, like, if you grew up distrusting yourself because everything was, don't, like, be really careful and don't make a mistake, and don't act outside of God's will, and don't, you know, do this and that, like, trusting yourself really is a grounding thing that I believe, like, I would like to speak on that one day. Like, God gave us intellect, he gave us like emotions. He gave us feelings. There's if you want to say intuition, or because I say that often, but like, yeah, he gave us like gut feelings too, or whatever, because you actually have brain signals in your stomach or something like that, you know what I mean? So that is a scientific reality of having gut feelings. Although I had been so kind of brain focused that I had never really, I'm not really in tune with my bodily gut feelings and stuff like that. But yeah, so like, anyway, I'm making this so I can like kind of, as an act of trusting myself in my voice, basically. I will say that even in this period of pain and struggle and suffering, it sounds so annoying to say that, because it's like, I'm in pain, I'm in suffering, I'm so sorry, but like, I'm not sure, I'm just, anyway. Yeah, I am extremely blessed that I'm able, like I said, to do this, like, and have the physical, mental, and emotional energy and health to even record these thoughts, excuse me, and I'm thankful also that I've been going to the gym as much as I can. I mean, I walk on the treadmill, but to build consistency, and also editing my little Japan shorts, like I said, so, and see my grandma and be with her as much as possible, and then I edit these videos, so, like, and work on the art business, me trying to, like, gain approval from people or something. I don't know why I'm listing everything. No, I was just no, I really have been doing these like consistent things, so it's just a log for myself. But it's kind of oh yeah, my art business is kind of in the background right now, because I was building so much with that I'm like, okay, I think I consistently built enough catalog of products. You know, so now I'm going to try to at least focus on these things this month or whatnot. But yes, let's see. Okay, so yeah, that's my little check-in. Once again, I will repeat my message from yesterday. I hope that you're able to do what you feel you need or want to do this last month of summer, you know, and this full month of August, that will really be beneficial to you, whatever is beneficial. You know, thank you for watching and listening. Yes, thank you for watching and listening, and please subscribe. Leave a comment and like if it's positive. My mental health can't take negativity or criticism comments right now. Just kidding. But also, I wanted to say, yes, that I'm very happy and blessed. One thing about not having a lot of subscribers. Oh, okay. One thing about having not a lot of subscribers is that you can create whatever you want, really, and speak, you know, and share your thoughts and not have to worry about what people think, because not a lot of people are watching, which is kind of like a fun thing right now. So I guess this year is gonna be just like a free-for-all for fun. And also yesterday I was talking about like being an artist, being egoish and all that stuff, but like I do think, like, I don't want to be always like, I don't want to be that self-deprecating and like kind of joking like that, because I do believe every human being deserves to be seen and heard, and I don't think that wanting to share one's thoughts, feelings, or perspectives is wrong. You know what I mean? Nor is it like always seeking validation or to be loved and to be known. And like, although that's definitely part of wanting to be seen and heard and stuff, seeking validation, but I don't think that's, and wanting to be loved, but I don't think that's actually I don't ultimately think that desire is wrong, because every human being should be loved and seen and heard, and wanting that is just affirming, you know, a person's dignity and inherent worth. And I totally have a video that I've already recorded, especially because I want to encourage artists to like not be afraid to share and stuff. So like I have a video that I've already recorded about the connection between art and one's worth, and or their perception of their self-worth and worthiness and all of that. But it was like such a strong message that I believe in, honestly, that I haven't edited it yet. And I honestly believe that, yeah, it will be a connective thread, yes, that I will continue to speak on throughout this channel, because I had to do so much like mental unlearning and relearning and mind renewing, and I mean, you know, and all of that to learn my own like worth and value, and like perhaps that's why I feel so strongly like irritated. Oh, that's yes, I said perhaps that's why I feel so strongly irritated when the elderly or whatnot are being denied their dignity or value and gentleness and basic respect or whatever. So like perhaps my channel will unintentionally or intentionally center on the subject of worthiness and self worth and the connection to art. and like just art and creativity and humanity, its connection to humanity. And a lot of things, can go along with that. Like people pleasing could go along with that, boundaries, being a highly sensitive person, all those things could go along with self-worth. And also like they affect your creativity too, or they just affect your being, But yeah, those are some of my dreams and desires for this channel. I just want to share that, because I like sharing what I would like to do. So yes, to be a conduit for these kinds of positive and helpful messages in the future, because today's was just recording what happened, and this is going to be this month, since nobody's watching. It's going to be just like what I'm learning in real time, like I said, and going through. Anyway, thank you for watching and listening. I hope this month is fruitful and fulfilling for you, okay? Fruitful and fulfilling, because you want to feel satisfied and fulfilled with what you do, or what you experience. So yeah, I hope that for you. And thank you for watching. Sorry I was sweating, so I just like keep wiping all my sweat, because it's like a heat wave up in here. And then I'm in the car, because this is my quiet area. But yes, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.